I live the life I deserve. Bless. Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For my niggas who gon' go to hell and back for me, I'ma give them heaven on earth for a hell of a check, yeah, whichever come first. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life.
You know we better. What is happening, everybody, and welcome to today's video. Currently Sunday, November 25th, the weekend right after the Thanksgiving holiday. Those of you who celebrated, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your friends, family, eating all the good food and all the good pies. This video is going to be the first video of my contest prep series. If you guys want to stay up to date with everything that's going on, be sure to follow my Instagram. I post daily tips, tricks, and I just break down a lot of fundamental concepts that have to do with nutrition and training, all to provide you guys with value just because I genuinely love doing that. I'm just about to make my pre-workout meal and head to the gym, but before I do so, I want to talk to you guys about my prep, my approach, and what I plan to do, what's going to be different, all that good jazz. Now, it's been 2 years since the last time I stepped on stage. I learned so much my first prep, and I made a ton of mistakes, a bunch of mistakes that I'm gonna make sure I don't make this second time around. I've been in my off season, steady gaining since 2016, October 2016. I did a mini cut here and there, but overall, I was in a steady, constant calorie surplus, and I've just been riding the wave, making progress, getting stronger, getting better, getting smarter, all leading up to this point, which is the start of my prep. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I made a whole video detailing my approach to my contest prep, what I plan to do, and I had it all mapped out. But like my good friend Chris Elkins told me, you can't really have a solid game plan because there's a lot of variables that happen in between, whether that be, you know, life circumstances or just injury or something else. So yesterday was my first day of prep, which marks me at around 31 to 34 weeks out from my first show, which is gonna be in July. It's gonna be in NorCal, and it puts me at around 37 weeks from my second show, which is gonna be in Florida, the Max Hype Supernatural. If you guys have never competed before, or you're looking for a really badass first show to compete in, this is gonna be a great show. It's gonna be a great turnout. It's promoted by my boys, Christopher Barakat and Chris Elkins. So they're gonna make sure that it's absolutely on point. So if you're interested and you're looking for a show to compete around the August time of year in 2019, then I recommend you check it out. And after that one, I'll most likely, I really wanna do a third show, but we'll have to see because again, I'm gonna be dieting for a while, and your look tends to fade depending on how long you've been dieting for, how aggressive your diet has been. There's a lot of variables. I weighed in at around 182 pounds. As of this morning, I'm feeling good. Now, in terms of my approach, I plan to diet linearly for, I would say, give or take around 8 to 12 weeks. And once I'm at the end of that point, I'm going to either implement 48-hour refeeds or opt for a diet break. Either or, I'll decide when the time comes, based on how I feel, based on how I'm looking, based on how my training is going. At the end of my surplus, my macros were 350 grams of carbs, 70 grams of fat, and 225 grams of protein. And like I just said, my starting macros are 275 grams of carbs, 65 grams of fat, and 200 grams of protein. I'm starting prep at low levels of expenditure, and what that means is my step count isn't very high, nor is my cardio. I'm not doing any cardio at all. My step count is like, I would say 6K steps a day max. Now, in terms of my diet, the foods that I regularly eat pretty much stay the same year round. I'm gonna be prioritizing high micronutrient dense foods. So lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, different kinds, different colors, as well as decreasing the amount of processed foods I consume. And it's not like I consume a lot of processed foods anyways. I gotta make sure my fiber intake is on point. General recommendation for those of you who don't know is like 10 grams per 1,000 calories. So if I'm eating 3,000 calories, my intake should be anywhere from 30 to 40 grams. I also have to ensure that I'm taking care of my digestive health to ensure that foods are in fact processed and utilized as efficiently as possible. I'm gonna stand up for this next portion because I get sick of sitting all the time, which is exactly why I have this nifty standing desk. Now in terms of my training split, I'm running a daily undulated periodized program. I have an upper session, lower session, rest, chest and back, arm day, and then another leg day. Hams and calves, or quads and adductors, I rotate between the two. And that puts my training frequency at 5 days a week, and I'm hitting each muscle group around 2 to 3 times a week. Nothing is gonna change when it comes to my training. I'm still gonna be training hard as hell to ensure that I retain a majority of my lean body mass and the strength that I built up over my surplus. Now my mesocycles, and for those of you who don't know what that means, that's just a fancy word for training block, are 6-week periods, and I typically deload on the 6th week. Whenever I deload, I also ensure that I decrease the amount of stimulants and caffeine I'm taking in. Main reason being is just because your body is smart, it'll adapt, it'll get used to it, and you will only have to take more and more and more just to get the same effect that you did when you first started taking out, let's say, like a scoop. So I'm gonna recap a majority of my protocols right here just to give you guys a little refresher. I'm about to go make my pre-workout meal right now and get ready for this chest and back session that I have planned. I plan to record it for you all, and I'm gonna do a little voiceover just to give you guys a bit of an explanation on the workout. In this bowl, 225 grams of Faye Greek yogurt, half a scoop of Legion's Whey Plus, which is high quality whey isolate that comes from non-GMO, non-hormone raised cows in Ireland. I also got 30 grams, which is 1 serving of Cocoa Pebbles, and 40 grams of just some frozen fruits on top. And this is actually my to-go-to pre-workout meal. So with that being said, I'm gonna knock this out, wait about an hour, head to the gym. I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. Let's go. Just pulled up to the gym with my boy, Hussein. We're gonna be hitting a chest and back workout today. I'm just down in my pre-workout right now, which is a scoop of Legion's Cherry Limeade Pulse. The unique thing about this pre-workout that I really love is 100 grams of L-theanine per 100 milligrams of caffeine. And caffeine and L-theanine have a synergistic effect on them. So if you're like me and you're someone who gets caffeine jitters, the L-theanine kind of takes that away and gives you more of a slow, consistent burn throughout the duration of your workout, right, Hussein?
Yeah,
he's tried it before.
It's really good stuff, man. Legion's is honestly. You want to put it on me?
Yeah. Why are you laughing so much?
I wasn't ready to be on camera. So yeah,
you've tried the pre-workout before.
Brand. I actually sat down and really dissected their website. And I was learning a lot more about what they do, and it's really awesome. Like, they have a whole entire section about the research and how they made the actual product. So it feels good to be able to ingest something that is actually proven that it's good for you and is the most pure in form, right?
Wow, that was good. And that was just right on the spot, and he said that. But 100%. So I'm gonna down the rest of this.
And don't forget to use the code. Let your homies save some money, bro.
Oh yeah, if you guys are trying to save some money and get some quality supplements, just go ahead and use my discount code HawkFit10, and you'll save 10% off your order. If you order over $100, you get free shipping internationally too. So if you're someone who lives in Malaysia or Vietnam or whatever. All right, you ready to rock? Alright guys, so jumping off this workout, I usually like starting all my sessions off with at least 10 to 15 minutes of some light cardio, nothing too crazy, just to get my heart rate up, get the blood flowing, and get warm. That's usually followed by at least 15 to 20 minutes of some dynamic stretching and light static stretching. I usually start off my sessions with at least 1 to 2 acclimation sets or priming sets before I get into the working weight. I'm working with 90 pounds here for 5 sets of 6 reps. I'd say RPE is anywhere from 8 to 9. And something that's really allowed me to take my dumbbell pressing to the next level, or at least my mind to muscle connection when I'm dumbbell pressing to the next level, is I really just focus on driving my humerus towards the midline of my body. And essentially what that allows me to do is just create more of an intentful, more forceful contraction in the pec major. You know, a lot of people, when they think of lifting, is one-sided. And it's more than getting the weight from point A to point B. It's more so thinking about what's happening when you're getting the weight from point A to point B, or how you could tweak a specific exercise in moving the weight to get a better contraction. So I feel like that's a universal cue for a majority of movements whenever you're lifting. Jumping off to the next exercise, which is a variation of a chest supported row. It's a step back row. I've really fallen in love with this movement the past couple of weeks, just because the contraction I get in my lat and my lower lat is just stupid. And I feel like that's because I'm getting the lat in a fully lengthened position. I connect with this exercise much better as opposed to, let's say, a regular chest supported row where my range of motion could potentially be cut short. And I'm a huge advocate of full range of motion training, or at least full range of motion training within your own individual active range of motion, because at the end of the day, we're all different. Our leverages are all different. We connect with different exercises better, and that's just because there's a high level of individuality when it comes to lifting weights, when it comes to training, when it comes to nutrition. You're not just gonna go do a hard ass exercise just because your favorite Instagrammer is doing it, right? We want to perform exercises that we will reap the most benefit from. Really love this movement because it gets your lat in a fully lengthened position. I'm depressing my scapula, and then I then initiate the rest of the lift. So if you guys ever have a chest supported row machine in your gym, be sure to try out this variation. Try it out different ways. See which way you connect with it the best. Jumping off to the next exercise, which is incline hammer strength rows. This is my favorite vertical pressing movement, and as you could see from the video, and I feel like this is a universal cue for like literally every exercise you do in the gym, but I'm really just focusing on controlling the load in every phase of the lift. So explosive concentrics, pausing for a second at the top of the isometric contraction, and really just controlling the weight during the eccentric. And like I said, I feel like that's a universal cue for a lot of movements that a lot of people tend to forget about when they're in the gym training. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm utilizing an intra workout today. It's just some simple Gatorade. I don't always use intra workout carbs, but I do more so try to use it on higher volume days and days that my sessions take longer than like an hour and 30 minutes, just because I'm going to be tapping into those glycogen stores. So also, pro tip, if you have trouble getting your calories in, you might want to consider utilizing an intra workout. So that was my little spiel on intra workout carbs. Like I said, I don't really utilize them that often. I more so tend to gravitate towards them on my higher volume days and days I'm in the gym for longer than, let's say, an hour and 30 minutes. So jumping off to the next exercise, which is a low row, a hammer strength low row. It was supposed to be a high row, but someone unfortunately was using the machine at the time, so I just went ahead and did a low row. I believe this was the first working set, and I think the seat was a little bit low because it looks kind of off as I'm watching it now. But I really love the contraction I get in my lower lats here. My back training was something I never really connected all that well with, but like I said, when I took my time to fine-tune my cues, find movements that I connect really well with, I feel like those were the things that really allowed me to progress. I know for a fact my lats grew this off season, the past 2 years, because the things that I do in my back training now, I didn't do before. And my mind to muscle connection, even when I'm just like sitting and thinking about it now, is so much stronger than it had been, previous years. just like any other movement, I'm really just focusing on the quality of my reps and getting the lat to a fully lengthened position. Once I'm at that point, as you can see here, I depress my scapula so I could focus on really just trying to generate a real forceful contraction in my lower lats. And I'm holding that contraction at the peak of the rep. Going into the next movement, which is a decline pec flies followed by incline pec flies. In this movement, I'm really just focusing on bringing my humerus to the midline of my body. And like I said, what that's allowing me to do is just generate more of a forceful contraction in the pecs. And a big mistake I see a lot of people make with this movement is they overstretch and they let the cables just pull them back, and this puts you in a potentially dangerous position to compromise your shoulder joint and your glenohumeral joint. That's pretty much it for the rest of the workout, or at least what I recorded. I did a couple other movements for back, as well as some vertical pulling movements, but I didn't really record them. My camera ended up dying, and I had to use my iPhone for the rest of the workout. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this little voiceover on the workout. I plan to do them much more frequently.
Is there a problem? If you don't quit staring at me, bitch, I'm gonna slap them eyes out of your head. Hey, we're not having that here. Now, if you're gonna have that kind of conversation, you take it to the street. Oh, we can take it out. You just stay away from James, okay? Don't you mess with my man. You can say what you want to, bitch, but you remember this. Every time you kiss him, you taste them off pussy.
Alright guys, I got my post-workout routine going down. 2 scoops away, 5 grams of creatine, just to kickstart that recovery process, turn on muscle protein synthesis. Gonna drink the rest of that Gatorade, and we're gonna go get some food, right?
Yup, we're gonna get some Persian food.
Alright. Excited? Hussein got the same thing. Alright fam, checking in with you guys. I just got done knocking out that meal with my boy Hussein. Shout out to Hussein, who was nice enough to film the rest of the workout. I'm about to head home right now, shower, and most likely either head to a coffee shop or work from home. I typically do like 3-hour to 4-hour work blocks, depending on the day. Obviously, like if I have a rest day or something, I'm gonna work longer. But anyways, going on a tangent, this is gonna be the end of the first video of my contest prep series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. I'm gonna be responding to all of you guys. If you have any questions and or suggestions on the type of content you guys would like to see going forward, I really appreciate all the love and support, guys. As always, don't forget to like the video if you found something valuable in it, and go ahead and comment down below. Like I said, I want to start interacting with you guys more frequently. As always, I appreciate the love and support. You already know who it is. It's your boy signing off.